woman convicted in the dragging death of another woman downtown learns her fate today.
Deputies raid several businesses in Anderson Township. Investigators say that they were fronts for prostitution.
An iconic piece of tri-state history, oh, this is a sad one, is no more. What is next for the Cincinnati Gardens?
9 on your side starts now.
Good morning, Tri-State. Let's kick this 5 o'clock hour off now. I'm Chris Riva.
I'm Catherine Nero. All right, so as we sit here preparing for spring, fewer than 2 weeks away, we're dealing with not just cold weather this morning, but also some issues on the roads because of some snow, Jennifer.
Yeah, we had some passing snow showers again overnight. Now, right now, this is what I have on radar. This little pocket out here toward Highland County, especially right now over Hillsborough. And this is coming down on a road temperature that is technically still above freezing. But if you have any elevated road, a bridge or an overpass, that will stick because those surfaces are colder at this point. But watch out there on Ohio 62, 68, even 73. You're going to run into some issues there. There's a new wave of snow developing as well coming in from Greensburg. So as this continues to move east, once again going across Butler County, the northern part of Hamilton County, which as we know, huge traffic centers for us, and that's just going to lead to more of those icy and snowy spots. Temperatures are below freezing across the board. It's just not all roads have dropped down to that colder pavement temperature. It's a yellow light morning forecast, and Jacqueline has the, well, probably more red light for some as the big slowdowns are happening.
Yeah, and Jennifer, we have a couple of issues out there, mainly on 275. So 275 right around Route 42. Seeing a couple of flashing lights there. That's on the left-hand side of your screen. We're also hearing reports that 275 eastbound at Winton, that is completely shut down, and we're not seeing any cars kind of filter through on that portion of 275. Also, this is a mess. 71 northbound right around Fields Erdel. Traffic is completely stopped, and whenever they kind of panned the camera around, it looked like they had an accident right near that overpass in the area. I'm hearing about a crash on 75 northbound right around Union Center, so I'm going to check in on that. There's a closer look at that accident going on there, but I'm going to check in on 75 at Union Center. In the meantime, we do want to get out to Dan Carroll right now, who is tracking the roads for us in our 9 First Warning live drive. And Dan, which one of these problem spots are you heading to first?
Yeah, we are on I-71 right now. We're heading northbound, getting ready to pass up Stewart and Kenwood Road. And this part of 71 is really in good shape. So far, we haven't seen any ice on the road, but that doesn't mean there isn't any out there. And we are going to watch out for that and see if we see any icy conditions. But on this part of 71, we're doing just fine. We're heading up towards Mason Montgomery Fields Erdel Road, and we'll have an update on that coming up. I'm Dan Carroll in the 9 First Warning live drive.
Dan, thank you. 5:01 is the time right now and happening today. The woman found guilty in a downtown dragging death will be sentenced. Last month, the jury found Brianna Benson guilty of murder in the death of Maddie Hart. The prosecution argued Benson intentionally hit Hart with her car and dragged her down Walnut Street. Benson was also found guilty of aggravated vehicular homicide, felonious assault, and leaving the scene of a crash. Benson's now facing 15 years to life in prison. A 16-year-old is now charged with the murder and the homicide of a Purcell Marion student in Evanston, not naming that young man because of the suspect is a minor. Police say that the suspect shot and killed Gregory Thompson on Friday just outside a home on Wabash Avenue. Thompson attended St. Joseph's School. That's the same school where his mother is principal.
A prostitution sting in Anderson Township. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office tells us that investigators have arrested 4 women for prostitution at 4 massage parlors, some of them just blocks apart, all in Anderson Township. 9 on your side's Allie Kramer is live for us from the Hamilton County Justice Center with more on that investigation. Allie.
Good morning, Catherine. Well, prostitution behind closed doors, charges that we don't hear about often here in Hamilton County, but it sent shockwaves through Anderson Township.
I live, 5 minutes down the street, and I'm just absolutely shocked.
It seems to be moving into more suburban areas. Nobody's immune to it.
Now, these are the 4 women charged with prostitution and solicitation in a massage parlor raid involving both the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security. Neighbors say USA Spa, just off 8 Mile and Clough Pike, barely even looks like a business. Now, this parlor on the corner of Salem and Sutton, it's simply called Massage. They didn't even have a sign. But just down Salem near Beachmont, Oriental Massage, well, they have a well-labeled awning, walk-ins, welcome. And lastly, Eden Massage on Beachmont near 8 Mile. they actually remained open last night despite these arrests. Now, all 4 women are in the Hamilton County Justice Center this morning and are due in court. And that's when hopefully we'll learn more about how long this investigation went on, how it came to light. Again, all of those details likely to come out in court this morning. Reporting live downtown, Allie Kramer. Right on your side.
Covering the Trump administration this morning, the president plans to announce the specifics of his tariff plan by tomorrow, and that has lawmakers, business groups, and some trading partners with the U.S. worried about a possible trade war. President Trump's trade and manufacturing advisor, Peter Navarro, says the proclamation the president intends to sign will include a clause that would not impose tariffs on Canada and Mexico, at least immediately.
Well, the place that holds so many memories for so many people in the tri-state is now being turned into rubble. Demolition crews are taking down the Cincinnati Gardens. The 19-acre site will now be used to create a site for manufacturing. The Port Authority of Greater Cincinnati says that will create about 300 jobs. The Gardens opened in 1949, and since that time, it's hosted everything from political rallies to hockey, even orchestras and the Beatles.
And so many Xavier games.
Yeah, that's what I remember mostly, especially as a kid.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's sad to see it go, but you see the Cintas Center and you kind of see why they did it. But it's sad to see that memory go.
5:04 is the time right now. Let's check in now with our radar and our forecast. Jennifer, what's in store for us today?
So the way today is shaping up, we'll end up with spotty snow showers first thing out the door this morning because we still have just these kind of hit or miss pockets of snow rotating in behind our area of low pressure. And it's still a very cold day. But what it boils down to during the morning drive is that chance for snow is very sporadic, but a little bit better chance north of the Ohio River. So specifically, we're talking about Hamilton, Butler, Warren, Clinton, Brown, Claremont, Highland counties. You'll have that better chance to see that snow this morning, first thing out the door. Coming up, though, when more snow is coming this weekend.
5:05 now, and Florida legislators have passed stricter gun restrictions. The big changes that could soon be on the way.
And how Miami Heat Dwayne Wade made a surprise visit to Parkland, Florida. His message for students as they headed back to class after the tragedy.
It's a story about us.
It's a story about us. Helping each other when the chips are down.
Our traditions.
Celebrating who we are.
And who we want to be.
Our compassion to do the right thing.
So everyone has a chance.
It's a story about us.
It's a story about us.
It's a story about us. And our story is worth telling.
This is a journey like no other.
Real.
Unexpected. Life-changing. You're going to Hollywood!
This is American Idol on America's Network, ABC. The journey begins Sunday.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment, and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Last year's ad campaign was a success for ChoiceHotels.com.
Bada book, bada boom.
This year, we're taking it up a notch.
So in this commercial, we see 2 travelers at a Comfort Inn with a glow around them. So people watching will be like, wow, maybe I'll glow too if I book direct at ChoiceHotels.com.
Who glows? Just say bada book, bada boom.
Nobody glows.
He gets it.
Always the lowest price, guaranteed. Book now at ChoiceHotels.com.
The engine makes power. The transmission sends it to the drive shaft. The drive shaft turns the gears. The gears turn the axles, and the axles turn the wheel. Together, it's the powertrain, and only at Hurlinger Chevrolet, every bit of it has a 100% warranty forever. No parts, no labor, no deductible. You can't buy it. It comes with the car. You'd expect that from Hurlinger Chevrolet.
When your name's on the door, you gotta do more.
Going just a day without your teeth can be painful and embarrassing. Do you need same-day dentures? No problem. Affordable, pain-free solutions for same-day dentures. It's that simple. Urgent dental care. Same-day dentures. Same-day solutions.
When the weather changes, your top priorities don't. That's why we warn you first.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 5 on 9 on your side.
Good morning, everyone. We are dealing with a couple of problem spots out there on the roadways, mainly because some bridges and overpasses are a little bit slick this morning. Now, the main one I want to touch on is 71 northbound, right around Fields Erdel. Once they zoomed in on this, it looks like there's a jackknifed tractor trailer here on 71 northbound, so that is completely shut down. We are sending Dan that way. We'll have an update there for you shortly from Dan Carroll. So that's one spot you got to avoid. Also, 75 northbound. Looks like traffic's slowing down just a bit. We do have a crash right around Union Center there. That's kind of slowing things down. And then southbound traffic on 75. I think people are just taking it easy as they're heading out the door. We're already seeing about an 8 to 10 minute delay there on that portion of 75 southbound. So we also have some issues on 275 right around Winton and Springfield Pike. So we'll keep you updated on all of those problem spots throughout the morning.
A school safety bill in Florida is now in the hands of the Florida governor. The state house passed the bill late last night and comes after last month's deadly shooting, of course, in Parkland. The bill would raise the minimum age for buying a rifle from 18 to 21 years of age and would also ban the sale or possession of bump stocks. The bill had mixed opinions, though, from both Democrats and Republicans. And on their first day back in class yesterday, the students at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School had a surprise visitor. Miami Heat star Dwayne Wade stopped by. Students and staff cheered him on. He is in about a million videos online. You know, Wade has really been with these guys since the beginning. He called for gun safety right after the shooting. One of the victims, Joaquin Oliver, was actually buried in Wade's Heat jersey as well.
A proposed bill in Indiana is trying to fix the state's teaching shortage. If passed, it would allow public schools to hire up to 10% of its staff with unlicensed teachers. The bill would require districts to make these hires, but it would give superintendents and local school boards the ability to do so. The bill heads to committee for discussion next week.
It's 5, coming up on 5:11 now. Drivers stranded for hours. In fact, some of them are still stranded. It is such a mess on the East Coast. How communities are handling another winter storm.
We don't have a winter storm here, but we have our own winter-related issues and a lot of accidents and issues coming in because of this overnight snow. Let me take you through what happened overnight. That's 2:30 in the morning. This band of snow passed over the north side of I-275, 71, and 75, creating icy spots, while the latest on accidents and delays coming up.
Oh, this is bad. Can I help? Dentist, huh? I'll pass. Think it'll be faster if I wait for someone else.
Last time I dealt with a dentist, it took forever.
Look, I get it. But Aspen Dental is making things easier. So you get your dentures in days and a money-back guarantee.
That does sound easy.
Fire her up.
Should have married a dentist.
We're not the dentist you remember. We're easier. With dentures starting at $3.99 and a money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Huge March savings event at American Freight. Sofas from $198, sectionals from $298, 2 mattress sets any size from only $298, 7-piece living room packages from $398. Don't wait, take it home today with low easy payments. Same-day delivery, free layaway, ends March 31st at American Freight in Fairfield at the corner of State Route 747 in Mulhauser, and in Florence at the corner of Turfway and Dixie.
You may feel unprepared or overwhelmed as a caregiver. Council on Aging can help.
It's too many people. I got it. I can do it. I don't need nobody. But you do. It'll mean everything to you. Everything to you and your family. Because sometimes your family can't be there.
Council on Aging offers services such as meals, medical transportation, and support for caregivers to help people live with independence and dignity in their homes. Contact Council on Aging for help.
Water, fire, mold. They can turn your life upside down. But Teasdale Fenton Restoration is here to help. From cleanup to total reconstruction. Teasdale Fenton is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you need us most, we're here for you. Tell your insurance provider that you want Teasdale Fenton Restoration. It is your choice.
Your fabulous new figure is just a phone call away at the Plastic Surgery Group. All-inclusive breast augmentation is just $4,900. That's right, $4,900 with saline or silicone implants. Call now and schedule your complimentary consultation. The Plastic Surgery Group.
Easter is our favorite time of year. We get dressed up.
We go to church.
Where do we get our clothes?
Burlington.
We get quality name brand clothes at Burlington's low prices. Wow.
If you're injured, call O'Connor, Achani, and Levy. The law firm you choose makes a difference.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 5 on 9 on your side.
As we continue to wait word from the MLS, FC Cincinnati is already looking ahead to possible job opportunities that a new stadium could create.
So the club is teaming up with the African American Chamber of Commerce, and the first information session was last night at the Woodward Theater. FC Cincinnati President Jeff Birding says the team's exploring the idea of a community benefits agreement with the new stadium. First Source hiring program would give people who live in the stadium's neighborhood first dibs on jobs.
That would apply not only to people working in the stadium on game days like ushers and ticket takers and on the grounds crew and whatnot, but actually for jobs working for FC. You want to hire an accountant for FC Cincinnati, we first go to First Source. That is the commitment that we're making.
So here's one example. Turner Construction's been helping FCC since it started putting together a submission for the MLS bid. A general manager there says that, or I should say the general manager, that would be Birding, says that at any given time, almost 400 people are working on that project.
As we take a live look now outside of the radar, ooh, boy, you can see the East Coast is just getting socked right there, Jennifer.
It is. We're still tracking that nor'easter that is tearing up the East Coast. There's that live radar view showing heavy snow bands over Boston. Now, there are reports of 20-plus inches of snow. Now, New Jersey, upstate New York are getting hammered. Snowfall rates are at 6 inches per hour in some places in New England. So, yeah, nothing you want to mess with there this morning.
All right, so, and this is what's happening right now in New Jersey. Parts of the highway are shut down because of the winter storm. Drivers have been stranded for hours. State police, urban rescue on the scene trying to help drivers and get them to warming centers.
You get in your car, you think you're going home. Yeah. And that did not happen for these folks.
It's not a storm you don't want this time of year.
Yeah, they are still out there. We're talking 5 hours and counting. Just overnight, ABC overnight talked with a guy who'd been in his car stranded on this highway since 10 p.m. No, and he said he'd gone inches.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's scary stuff. You hope he's all right. Everybody's all right out there. So
well,
thankfully we're not dealing with that.
Whenever he hit the road, he only had water in his car. He thought he was just going out for a leisurely drive home from work, and he's stuck with no food. So a good reminder, I mean, just always have that emergency kit in your car.
Be prepared.
Exactly. And on a morning like today, we've got our own issues here in the Tri-State. Icy spots developing. Let's call it black ice for some of you because snow fell overnight. And I'm going to show you a quick loop here. So look at your TV screen because this is really going to help you know where the icy spots are this morning. We had that snow come through, and it's been primarily over this northern portion of I-275. Let me go back one. I want to actually see this loop. So there's where the snow fell in the overnight hours, and specifically the last 2 to 3 hours. So it was just more of this north part of I-275. So any of those elevated roads are going to end up with either some snow on it or even some ice, because a lot of this melted first on contact and then turned to the ice. And then you also have this whole region in portions of Butler County, also Warren County, specifically I-71 and 75. I've got a guy that's actually driving north right now on 75. He said a bunch of accidents as you got near the Monroe exit there near the outlets. He said a lot of people on the overpasses were spinning out, getting in accidents because of those icy spots. Now, there is still more to come in this exact same region. So heads up if you're on I-74 or as this comes into Hamilton and Butler County again, you're going to get that kind of reinforced blow of light snow, but it's going to keep the icy problems going. So this morning, the focus is north of the Ohio River for problems. I've yet to see any big issues out there in northern Kentucky. Now, your temperatures there are near 30 degrees, but with no active snowfall, you're not getting the big traffic implications. The wind, though, it is dropping down our temperature, giving us wind chills in the teens right now, but it's that same wind that's causing a lot of our icy spots. It's actually allowing the bridge to drop more quickly in temperature because it's exposed on the bottom and on the top, which is why those elevated surfaces are the ones you've got to watch out for today for that black ice. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s today. It's another cold forecast for us and cloudy, and tonight we're going right back down to 24. Now, looking ahead to the weekend, I've got one more little minor system coming in Friday night into Saturday morning. It should bring us in some light snow, specifically there in northern Kentucky. Highs this weekend will improve slightly. Let's get back over to Jacqueline for the latest on the interstates. Jack, is this closed? What is going on?
Yeah, so this is actually 75 southbound right now, or 75 just south of Union Center. So it is northbound 75, but south of that area. So we're hearing about a pretty serious crash here, potentially a fatal accident. So we're going to, again, have Dan Carroll kind of check this out. But this is, again, 75 northbound just south of Union Center. That's a crash there. Now, if we change gears, this is I-71 northbound right around Mason, Montgomery, Fields, Erdel. This is that crash where I think there's a jackknife tractor trailer on this overpass. It's completely shut down. So we do want to get out to Dan Carroll right now, who is checking out the roads for us and giving us another look at things from our 9 First Warning live drive. Hey, Dan, where are you at right now?
Yeah, well, we got up here to 71 at the Fields-Erdel Road exit, and we're sort of giving you the best shot we can get of this right now. You can see, I'm going to use my finger right here. You can see that's where the police light is. The wreck is right up here. And it looks to me like there's maybe 2 semis involved in this. I heard there was a car involved. There's a car in there somewhere. It's in the middle of that semi, but that semi is jackknifed completely across the highway. So absolutely nothing is moving northbound on 71 here at Fields, Erdel, Mason, Montgomery Road. Also, the northbound traffic on I-71, all that traffic is being forced off onto 275. So don't think you're going to get partially up the way on 71. We had to get on 275 and come up Montgomery Road to be able to get here. There are also police on the, if you look at the extreme right-hand side of the picture, there are police on the southbound side as well. We're going to adjust the shot here just a little bit, and it looks like they've got that down to maybe 1 lane going southbound past Fields, Erdel, Mason, Montgomery Road. So that is got traffic. I can't see very far back there, but traffic going past there is very heavy and very slow. So if you can avoid 71 in this area, I would do that altogether. I'm Dan Carroll in the 9 First Warning Live Drive.
Wow, all right, Dan, thank you. And it's almost time to celebrate all things Irish, and the St. Patrick's Day Parade is also rolling into Cincinnati this weekend. It starts at noon Saturday from Mering Way to Joe Nuxall Way, Freedom Way, but some of those streets and surrounding ones start closing as early as 9 on Saturday morning, so just be sure to plan ahead.
Time right now is 5:20. It is International Women's Day.
I'll show you how some local organizations are honoring women today.
And you're not seeing things why the golden arches at some McDonald's are upside down.
And here's what you'll see tonight on 9 on your side.
In today's Tech Bites, the Geek Squad and the feds.
Best Buy confirms that some members of its Geek Squad were paid by the FBI to act as informants.
The concern is those Geek Squad members were acting without warrants.
Amazon is offering a cut rate discount on its Prime membership for customers on Medicaid.
Qualifying recipients of Medicaid are now eligible for a discounted Prime membership of $5.99 a month instead of the normal $12.99 a month. Well, finally, Amazon is trying to stop Alexa from doing this.
Users say Alexa will laugh without warning, sometimes when voice assistant is not even being used. Amazon says it was caused by Alexa mistakenly hearing Alexa laugh. So it's changed the phrase necessary to make Alexa giggle.
That's not weird at all. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Geico.
What?
I switched to Geico and got more.
More savings on car insurance?
Uh-huh. And an award-winning mobile app.
Well, it is more.
Oh, there's more. Mobile ID cards, emergency roadside service.
More technology.
I can even add a new driver.
Right from her phone!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Oreo Thins. A thin twist on the Oreo cookie you love. Now available in Oreo Thins Bites.
Allergies with sinus congestion and pressure? You won't find relief here. Go to the pharmacy counter for powerful Claritin D. While the leading allergy spray relieves 6 symptoms, Claritin D relieves 8, including sinus congestion and pressure. Claritin D relieves more.
So I never had closet systems before. Our designer, Bridget, was able to listen and ask the right questions, taking our ideas and making them happen. We were totally satisfied from beginning to end. I knew the California Closets would help me with every aspect of the design process, and they delivered 100%. My name is Teresa, and this is my California Closet story.
Whether you work inside or out, at home or away, on a farm or online, the goods and services you sell are your business. When you need someone you trust to begin, build, expand, or promote your business, that's our business. LCNB National Bank, your bank for life.
At Fiesel, we offer a true lifetime warranty on all labor and materials. No asterisks, no middleman, no fine print. Lifetime warranty, price match guarantee, 12 months same as cash financing. Schedule your free inspection today at FieselInc.com.
Whether it's a new Toyota,
a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram,
a Polaris, Can-Am, or CF Moto, or a great pre-owned vehicle, the Marshall Auto Group is here to serve you. It's what we're about, great service.
And low prices.
Don't forget about our complimentary lifetime powertrain protection. We're easy to find. Marshall Dry Ridge Toyota, Marshall Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Marshall Motors of Florence, and Marshall Power Sports. The Marshall Auto Group, fun, fast, and easy.
MedMart, family-owned and operated for more than 30 years, has helped generations of families maintain independence and mobility. From lift chairs to stair lifts, adjustable beds to affordable scooters. Our highly trained consultants will help you find the right solutions so you can age in place. Call us, go online, or visit one of our home medical supply superstores to see everything that MedMart has to offer, including financing, rental, and home delivery service. At MedMart, we provide everything you need to stay in the home you love.
Honor a nurse. Nurses Among Us, sponsored by Furniture Fair, gives you the chance to do so. Visit wcpo.com/nursesamongus to nominate a special nurse. The grand prize is a $2,000 shopping spree at Furniture Fair.
Want the news? Just ask Alexa.
Here's your flash briefing from WCPO.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 5 on 9 on your side.
Well, good morning. At 5:25, we are dealing with not only a nor'easter, but for us, it's some spotty snow shower activity overnight that is causing some big issues out there this morning. A lot of bridges and overpasses on the northern side of our viewing area. So north I-275, north of obviously the city, I-71 and I-75 both have different reports of issues because once you get to that overpass, because the cold air is able to get underneath that exposed road, you'll have this kind of not so visible ice. I mean, we could almost call it a black ice this morning. So it's very hard to discern at times. So be careful out there. Temperatures will support refreeze. We're in the upper 20s right now.
Jennifer, thank you. 5:26 is the time right now, and today is International Women's Day.
And to celebrate, you can see Kroger's downtown building is all lit up with the international symbol for women, the symbol for women, we should say. The Reds are joining in as well with a display outside of the Hall of Fame and museum there. International Women's Day was founded more than a century ago after 15,000 women in New York City marched to demand better working conditions and voting rights. Also today, Listerman Brewing is celebrating International Women's Day by releasing some special brews. 3 farmhouse ales, all brewed by women with labels designed by female artists. And the proceeds will be donated to Women Helping Women, a local organization that provides prevention and crisis intervention for survivors of domestic violence. And those 3 beers will be released in 4-packs and will be available on draft. And McDonald's is flipping its iconic golden arches upside down today.
Yeah, as we zoom in right here, you could see one. This is in Northern California. You could see the big W now as opposed to the M. About 100 other McDonald's restaurants are going to flip their arches to the W in honor of women. And we don't know of any locations here in the tri-state that will be participating, but we'll keep our eye out. And if you see some, let us know.
It is becoming a traffic nightmare out there. 75 and 71 both closed in some spots.
It's a top story we're really starting to follow right now. So Jacqueline D'Agostino's keeping her eye on those slick spots.
Yeah, so the main problem spots out there, 75 northbound and 71 northbound. So let's touch on 75 first. So 75 northbound right around just north of 275, that's completely shut down. And we also have a crash in that same area that's southbound. That's what you're seeing on the left-hand side of your screen. If we look at the right-hand side, that's 71 northbound, what Dan just showed us right at the the overpass right around Fields Erdel. There's like a jackknife semi there kind of closing that interstate down, so that might be a little bit of a process for the cleanup there. Also 275, the stretch between Winton and I-71. A lot of icy spots reported there, so we'll keep you updated throughout the morning, and we'll be right back with more road updates for your morning commute.
At 4 o'clock now, Cincinnati is a perfect time for me to catch up on the day. It's just such a habit for me to turn that on. It just quickly gives you the key bullet points. What's going on in Cincinnati, what's going on nationally. I would recommend it to any busy working parents.
This is a journey like no other.
Real.
Unexpected. Life-changing.
This is American Idol on America's Network, ABC. The journey begins Sunday.
There was a time when ladies of influence and gentlemen of regard could step out of the whirl and commotion of everyday concerns and turn to more congenial pursuits, to conversation and contemplation, to regathering of energies and rekindling of friendships. There was a time when the quietest season could be the most fulfilling of all. It was this winter at Biltmore. See costumes from Titanic, the movie, at the Glamour on Board exhibition.
The Ohio Lottery's $100,000 Dream Makeover. Play this easy play game and submit your entry tickets into My Lotto Rewards for chances to win prizes from the Home Depot.
Anyone?
Oh, did you get help, girl?
Can I help?
Bad girl. The dentist will charge us a fortune. Go get someone else.
Well, I know what you mean, but Aspen Dental is making things easier with a free new patient exam, so you're never in over your head.
That sounds easy.
Grab on. It's a little like flossing.
At Aspen Dental, we're easier. We work with all insurance. Not covered? Get a free new patient exam. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Everybody's falling in love with Pickler and Ben. More fun.
I didn't know you could get down like that.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
More of your favorite stars and more of the unexpected.
Oh, my.
We're not going to want to miss this.
Pickler and Ben.
Weekdays at 3 on 9 on your side.
Catch Cash Explosion Saturdays at 7:30 on your official lottery station 9 on your side.
On the next list, here's a secret. March is a great time to score some huge bargains.
There are deals to be had.
3 surprising discounts you can find this month. What to buy in March on the next list.
The List, tonight at 7:30 on 9 on your side. 9 on your side starts now.
5:31, good morning. I'm Catherine Nero.
And I'm Chris Riva. Let's get a look at our 9 First Morning forecast. Some problem spots out there right now is because of this little snowfall we've had from the overnight hours.
Got you choked up.
The coffee went down the wrong way. But yeah, I mean, it does have me a little choked up. We had that spotty snow activity, which normally we can handle. And I'm going to show you what's going on here. So right now, the most active snow showers are those north of the Ohio River. I've got a little bit of a light return even in northern Kentucky down along I-71 coming into Boone County. But at this point, it's light flurries, no big impact there. We have another burst of snow, though, out near Napoleon and up through Batesville. Watch out on I-74. We could see some new issues popping up on that interstate as this next band is going to move directly east in some areas that already had some snow from overnight. That overnight snow is actually now all the way out into the eastern part of Highland County. So guys, if I had to boil it down of where our icy spots are, because the snow came down, started to melt and left us with a lot of wet roads, but then the air temperature continued to fall, and that's why anything that's an elevated surface, a bridge, an overpass, that's why those are now icy, and it could even be black ice. So you can see the region north of the Ohio River that I'm most concerned about, but it includes portions of I-275, I-71, and I-75. We're in the upper 20s right now, and temperatures today are only increasing to the mid-30s. So speaking of those main roads, Jacqueline, it's lining up perfectly with where you're seeing problems.
Yeah, we have a lot of problem spots out there. I just heard from Dan about that accident on 71 northbound right there at that overpass at Fields Erdel. He said it looks like 2 semis and 3 cars kind of in a mess out there, and it's probably going to take a long time for that crash to clear up. So that's what you're looking at on the right-hand side of your screen on 71 northbound. southbound. On the left-hand side is 75 northbound, right at just north of 275, actually. That's completely shut down as well. And then southbound, we have a separate crash in that area that's blocking a few lanes there, so causing a little bit of a problem. This is a new one, 275, the ramp to 747 there. That is completely shut down because of a crash. And really that whole stretch of 275 kind of between Winton and I-71, that's one of those problem spots that you're going to have to use a lot of caution because we're seeing a lot of icy conditions reported there. Also a crash 275, the ramp to 71 northbound. And then we were hearing from a viewer on Twitter, Brett, saying that there were a couple of crashes in Monroe near that overpass near the Outlet Mall. So here's the drive time, 75 southbound, starting to climb a little bit because we have a crash on the southbound side, just north of 275. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Dan Carroll is out in live drive, and we're, of course, going to keep you updated on all of these crashes. But just know, especially if you're heading out kind of well north of the city, that it's going to be a little bit of a messy commute for you this morning.
Jacqueline, thanks. We'll check back in. I know you're busy there. 5:33 is the time right now. New information this morning on a story we've been following. A Springdale man has been deported. Carlos Mendez Perez overstayed his visa. An attorney for the family says that they're heartbroken over these developments. Mendez Perez married his fiancée while he was detained in hopes of stopping that deportation. He is a medical caretaker of her paralyzed child. His attorneys tell 9 on Your Side that he has arrived safely in the Dominican Republic.
Police say a man stole an entire ATM from a Trenton business. This is at Leisure Laundry and Tanning on East State Road. Look at these new surveillance pictures here. It shows that the man wore a mask and glasses. Investigators say he spray painted some of the security cameras and then just took off with the whole machine. Call police if you have any information.
Plans on getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
All right, there is growing tension within the Cincinnati Police Department after a draft audit was leaked to the Inquirer. City Manager Harry Black claimed that there is a rogue element within the department that does not like working for African-American police chief and a city manager. There's also overtime issues within that audit. It states that District 5 Commander Captain Bridget Bardua was paid almost $83,000 in overtime last year. The most paid to a captain. Meanwhile, Sergeant Jason Volderding actually collected $126,000 in overtime. That's the most OT in the entire department. Black says that he stands by Chief Isaac, saying that crime is at an all-time low. Now, we spoke with FOP President Sergeant Dan Hills about the allegations.
You're talking barely a handful of individuals who are committed to disrupting and ensuring that this police chief is not successful.
Because of his race?
Because of several reasons.
The statement that there's a rogue element within the police department is a very, very serious allegation. And it's one that I think should be backed with some sort of evidence.
Now, Harry Black said that the memo should never have been released because it was unfinished. He's now working with the city solicitor about what to do next. In an email to Mayor Cranley and City Council, Harry Black says that he wants the U.S. Attorney's Office to look into the corruption within the police force.
Happening today, Anderson Township trustees will vote on a proposed needle exchange program. In the last few months, trustees hosted 3 public meetings. This is to discuss the idea of adopting the program. And if it's approved, it'll include education, referrals, and that needle exchange. About 170 residents provided comment through phone calls and emails. There's a vote scheduled for tonight at the Anderson Center.
Today, Duke Energy crews that have been in Puerto Rico since mid-January working to restore power will return home. Hurricane Maria knocked out almost all power to Puerto Rico in September. The 24 workers now are part of a larger contingent of 200 Duke employees. Duke crews and others have helped restore power to 95% of the homes and businesses on the island. But it's been a long road to recovery there.
Man, really since September. And good news that they're coming home. I'm sure their families are happy for that as well. Here, though, it's kind of a surprise traffic mess out there, and it all hinges on the weather.
Jennifer?
Yeah, whenever you have these overnight snow showers, you know that you could get some snowy spots, but the kind of mystery element in all of this was the pavement temperature. Even despite yesterday's big cool down, we had pavement temperatures still above freezing when all this snow from overnight came down. It came down, melted, and now is refreezing because temperatures continue to drop. We'll still see more additional spotty snow showers through the morning drive. So our Dan Carroll is out in live drive this morning, getting you the very latest on what he's seeing on our roads.
Yeah, so anything that is north of 275, anything that is elevated north of 275 is likely going to be very slick this morning and maybe have some ice on it. This is the accident scene on I-71 at Fields Erdel Road. They did manage to move one of those tractor trailers that was involved in this accident. And the more I look at this, I think there's two accident scenes here. And again, this is an elevated roadway where all this happened. So there's a little bit further south on that elevated roadway, and that is where I think the second accident is. You've got trucks that are stopped there. The southbound lane is down to one lane. Nothing going north of 275 on I-71. If you're on I-71, you go north, you're going to have to get off one direction, either east or west, on 275, and look at all that traffic that's backed up there. That traffic has been there for some time, and it's going to be here for a lot longer this morning. So 71, you might as well forget about it if you have plans to take it north. Take Montgomery Road. That's what we did to get up here. I'm Dan Carroll, and you're watching Good Morning Tri-State.
Okay, everyone who's sleeping well, raise your hands. The rest of you, get down to Sleep Outfitters' 3-day sale. Our Sealy cushion firm, just $3.99. Plus, receive an instant discount equal to the sales tax. Hurry, end Sunday, only at Sleep Outfitters.
9 First Warning Live Drive is sponsored by the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers.
If you're feeling good.
Better products, better installations, better service. Call Windows Direct. Hi, I'm Chris from Windows Direct. We know you're searching for windows that can be customized to fit your home perfectly and at the best price. Call Windows Direct. Our professional, courteous installers are the backbone of our award-winning service to bring you the windows you'll love. Call now to save $100 off per window or no interest financing for 3 years. Schedule your free estimate today. Call Windows Direct or visit WindowsDirectUSA.com.
Going just a day without your teeth can be painful and embarrassing. Do you need same-day dentures? No problem. Affordable, pain-free solutions for same-day dentures. It's that simple. Urgent dental care. Same-day dentures. Same-day solutions.
Whether it's a new Toyota,
A Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram,
a Polaris, Can-Am, or CF Moto, or a great pre-owned vehicle, the Marshall Auto Group is here to serve you. It's what we're about. Great service.
and low prices.
Don't forget about our complimentary lifetime powertrain protection. We're easy to find. Marshall Dry Ridge Toyota, Marshall Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Marshall Motors of Florence, and Marshall Power Sports. The Marshall Auto Group. Fun, fast, and easy.
9 on Your Side IT. Exposing the truth. Shining a light on things that are wrong. Cincinnati's largest investigative team. The 9 on Your Side IT.
Okay, everyone who's sleeping well, raise your hands. The rest of you, get down to Sleep Outfitters' 3-day sale. Receive up to $300 in free gifts with any Tempur-Pedic purchase. 16 models to choose from. Hurry, end Sunday, only at Sleep Outfitters.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 5 on 9 on Your Side.
Northern Kentucky University is mourning the loss of a student who died after falling at Red River Gorge. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team says that 20-year-old Luis Fernando Carlos fell camping with friends. NKU says he was a member of Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity and a multicultural mentor. NKU students right now are on spring break, but members of his fraternity will hold a memorial service for Carlos once students come back to school.
What a sad accident. Vice President Mike Pence made a stop in Kentucky. He spoke to supporters in Versailles about the president's economic policies and defended the president's plan to increase steel and aluminum tariffs. Many in Kentucky are worried that other countries will retaliate by putting tariffs on bourbon, for example. Vice President also said the president's tax reform plan is putting more people to work.
And after just 1 year under President Trump's leadership, manufacturing is booming. American companies have created nearly 200,000 new good-paying manufacturing jobs.
Vice President says that includes 2,100 manufacturing jobs in the state of Kentucky.
Selection Sunday is just a couple of days away, and we know it'll be a big one for both UC and Xavier. The Musketeers are in New York this morning for the Big East tournament, and 90 Xavier students went to New York with them to cheer their team on. They're also doing public service in the Big Apple. Xavier sent us this video of them working at the Broadway Community Soup Kitchen. Students prepared meals and served guests, and they'll help out again in that soup kitchen Friday.
Well, backups on the Brent Spence Bridge are having ripple effects for many people who really aren't even aware of some of it. It's one more factor to consider in the ongoing debate about replacing the bridge. Now, the Brent Spence carries about 200,000 vehicles every day. That's triple what it was originally designed to carry. As a result, traffic congestion is at two other major roads, US 27 and 471, seems to be getting worse as people look for ways simply to avoid the Brent Spence.
But that's not the only issue right now, Jacqueline.
Yeah, we have
weather.
A lot of issues out there because of the weather. You're right, Chris. So 75 northbound, that's still shut down. And southbound 75, we have an accident there as well that's blocking a lot of those lanes there. And we'll check it on that southbound drive time in just a moment. But I do want to give you kind of a look at 71 northbound right at Fields Erdel. We have a crash involving a couple semis, a couple cars there. And Barack just drove by. He was texting me and saying that traffic northbound on 71 is being diverted onto 275. So you can't get to 71 northbound. That drive time along 75 south because of that crash just north of 275. It's about 40 minutes, so you're kind of seeing that slowdown. And check out all those little problem spots really on 275, kind of between Winton and 71. I think I counted about 9 or 10 just along that stretch of 275. So that's where we're seeing the problems aside from 75 and 71. So, you know, Jennifer, it's just because we are dealing with a lot of that ice, especially on bridges and overpasses this morning.
Exactly. I mean, that region that you're looking at, you have so many of those roads that are elevated because they have to go over one another, and that pickup in elevation is just making that road so much colder and allowing that ice to form quickly. Here's a look at what it actually is like for drivers. Brett Salisbury sent this in of the ice on I-275 there on the north side. He thankfully did not get caught in any of those accidents. We'll get you back to the snow returns and the next road that I'm concerned about that could soon turn slick.
The creepy cackling, it's a glitch that has Alexa owners a little bit freaked out. What Amazon's doing trying to fix the problem.
I am not scared to face life's problems, and I am no longer controlled by drugs and alcohol. Imagine staying sober. Call now, talk now.
A Carpetland Carpet One floor is perfect for kids, pets, and your budget. During the Spring Savings Flooring event, buy one room of select Progressive carpet and get the second one free. Plus, save on hardwood, luxury vinyl, and more. The Spring Savings Flooring event for a limited time at Carpetland Carpet One.
Water. Fire. Mold. They can turn your life upside down. But Teasdale Fenton Restoration is here to help. From cleanup to total reconstruction. Teasdale Fenton is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you need us most, we're here for you. Tell your insurance provider that you want Teasdale Fenton Restoration. It is your choice.
I love it when someone really listens. Coco! Like my CertaPro painters. They listened and answered all my questions about painting my home. Worked around my crazy schedule, provided expert service, and kept me informed with daily updates. I am so happy with CertaPro and my beautifully painted home. I'm having them paint my office, too.
Coco, sit.
CertaPro Painters. We do painting. You do life. Get a free home estimate at CertaPro.com.
Everybody's falling in love with Pickler and Ben. More fun.
I didn't know you could get down like that.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
More of your favorite stars and more of the unexpected.
We're not going to want to miss it.
Pickler and Ben.
Weekdays at 3 on 9 on your side.
Ask yourself, are you dealing with your addiction, or is your addiction dealing with you? Imagine staying sober. Call now, talk now.
Good morning, Tri-State. Here is what's new coming up at 6 a.m. Filling the gaps. Right now, there is a big need for firefighters in Cincinnati. And this job may be more doable than you think. We're going to show you firsthand what it takes to gear up with some of the city's bravest men and women.
So this next story is kind of creepy. You know Alexa, the little Amazon Echo? Apparently she's got a sense of humor. Let's hope that's what it is and not some sadistic plot. Some Alexa users have reported that their devices have just been randomly cackling like a witch laugh over the last day or so. This unprompted laughter consists of 3 short ha sounds in a female voice. I'm going to just do it. Ha ha ha. much easier than trying to describe it.
A maniacal laugh is a lot different than
Is that it?
fun, right?
Perhaps? Yeah, so, and again, it's just completely random. It's not like they're saying, Alexa, laugh for me, or whatever. One Twitter user even reported an echo started listing the names of local funeral homes and cemeteries.
That's creepy.
What? Yes. So Amazon is aware of the issue and is working to fix it. The company didn't say what was causing it, because they don't know. They don't know, guys.
Oh,
that's basically it.
You know, if this was happening in like October, I'd be like, oh, it's a Halloween stunt.
Right.
But, yo, this is creepy.
Yeah.
They'll get it worked out.
So, once you ask your Alexa, for the headlines, for example, from 9 on your side, you got to get out the door, and that's a big issue this morning. We had some issues on the roads, and it's all because of snow.
Yeah, we had this band of snow that fell mainly north of the river. You guys probably noticed it a bit even on your way in today, but it has left us with ice on bridges and overpasses. So let me just break down the nitty-gritty, but also the next bunch of roads that I'm worried about. So here is where the radar sits right now. We've got a pocket of snow showers out in Ripley and Dearborn County that are moving east. I've got a little bit of light snow there in northern Kentucky. Not as impactful. It's more flurries. And then you have this exiting band of snow. This is what has actually caused all the issues here on the north side of Cincinnati and up into Warren and Butler counties, because it moved through, melted, and then froze on all of those elevated surfaces. But watch this cell that's coming in from Ripley and Dearborn County. So it's starting to dip a little bit more to the southeast. This is problematic because it's going to fall now on roads that did not see snow yet in the overnight. It's going to be new falling snow, so especially there on I-275 out on the west side of town as you kind of make that turn a little bit into Indiana and then switch over to Kentucky. So Carroll Cropper Bridge heads up here in the next, I'd say 40 minutes. You're going to get not only snow, but potentially it melts and turns to ice. And then that would continue here even on this more southern part of I-275. We have no traffic issues here yet, but we could soon. This would also impact I-74 coming in from Batesville all the way through Harrison and then into Cincinnati. So this is the next region of concern on top of the problems we're already seeing north. This is where the snow fell overnight. That's where we're going to have those icy spots. We are seeing the confirmed reports, the ripple effect on accidents and all the slowdowns out there. Now, you're not going to notice ice on every road. It's just going to be that elevated road, a bridge or an overpass. That's where the problem is, because snow fell in a temperature where we're in the upper 20s. It hit the pavement. The pavement temperature was still in the upper 30s, so it melted. But as time set in and your temperature is falling below freezing, it's switching back over to ice. So that's why we're having the issue this morning. We will still see some spotty snow chances, especially kind of here right through the midsection of our viewing area and everybody to the north through the rest of the morning. So I'll keep an eye on it. But the reality is this is an active situation. You need to stick with us here on Good Morning Tri-State, because a lot of updates are going to come in, especially on Jacqueline's end. Highs today will end up in the mid-30s. We've got another system coming in as we head into more of Friday night into Saturday morning. This will be a quick moving system that brings in some light snow, especially for northern Kentucky. But let's get back out to all of those delays and the traffic that is inching along. Jacqueline, the big question is where?
Yeah, so Jennifer, I do have an update on 71 northbound here, right around Fields Erdel. Inching along is a good way to put it. They did kind of briefly open part of the interstate there, 71 northbound. The center lanes were open. It looks like they might have just kind of shut it down right now on 71 northbound. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We have a whole lot of other issues out there, including on 75, and we'll give you another update there. But we do want to check in with Dan Carroll, who's actually heading out that way along 75, just north of I-275, because, Dan, we have 2 accidents in that area, north and southbound.
Yeah, we are going over to have a look at that and get an update on that. Right now we're on Dimmick Road, and we are working our way over to Cincinnati-Dayton Road to get over to the Westchester area and see what's happening there. I have noticed here there are cars here, and the grass here is completely covered in snow, so definitely more snow on this part in this part of the tri-state than south of 275. So once again, anything north of 275 is going to be a little bit slicker than south of it. I'm Dan Carroll in the 9 First Warning Live Drive.
Dan, thank you. 5:52 is the time right now. A man is sharing his love for the Cavs through chicken nuggets.
I'm not sure he's going to love those nuggets afterwards. Why eating hundreds of nugs gave him a big win last night.
feel unprepared or overwhelmed as a caregiver, Council on Aging can help.
It's too many people. I got it. I can do it. I don't need nobody. But you do. It'll mean everything to you. Everything to you and your family, because sometimes your family can't be there.
Council on Aging offers services such as meals, medical transportation, and support for caregivers to help people live with independence and dignity in their homes. Contact Council on Aging for help.
Whether it's a new Toyota,
a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram,
a Polaris, Can-Am, or CF Moto, or a great pre-owned vehicle, the Marshall Auto Group is here to serve you. It's what we're about. Great service.
And low prices.
Don't forget about our complimentary lifetime powertrain protection. We're easy to find. Marshall Dry Ridge Toyota, Marshall Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Marshall Motors of Florence, and Marshall Power Sports. The Marshall Auto Group. Fun, fast, and easy.
Good morning, Walter.
Well, aren't you the dapper dandy today?
Yeah, well, it never hurts for a man to look his best.
What's that?
That's my new Hurricane. Cute, but it has a comfortable handle, and it stands by itself. And it flexes, makes getting around so much easier.
The Hurricane is the ultimate in stability and mobility. Get yours with a worry-free 100% money-back guarantee. Go to hurricane.com and enter this code.
Walter, get out of the Stone Age.
Get out of here.
Yeah, suit yourself.
The Hurricane leaves old-fashioned canes in the dust.
See you later, pal.
With its flex design, it's got all the smooth moves you need to get where you want to go. So don't get left behind.
Mind if I join you?
Order your Hurricane at our legendary low price with a worry-free 100% money-back guarantee plus free shipping. Go to hurricane.com and enter this code. Also available at these fine retailers.
Anyone who has experienced a major illness knows how critical a nurse's care can be. Honor a nurse. Nurses Among Us, presented by Furniture Fair, gives you the chance to do so, noting the contributions that nurses make to our community. Visit wcpo.com/nursesamongus to nominate a special nurse. Watch Cincy Lifestyle in May for our featured nurses. The grand prize is a $2,000 shopping spree at Furniture Fair for one of the 6 honorees. Sponsored by Furniture Fair.
The more we see today's headlines, it's as if the signs of the times have become the signs of our times. Join David Jeremiah on Turning Point for his new series, A Tour of Prophecy, where he examines the Bible and explains what God has revealed about our present and our future, and most importantly, what it means for you today. Tune in to the next Turning Point here on WCPO, Sunday at 10:30 a.m.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 5 on 9 on your side.
Lots of issues on the roads out there. We will get right back to them in just a few, but we want to get you to the Morning Brew.
Talking about some of the stories you could be talking about all day. Canadian doctors are now saying they don't want a pay raise that's coming their way. In fact, they're petitioning for others to get it.
Yeah, so this was in Quebec, and they said that they make plenty of money. Their words, and they want it to go to nurses, support staff, all of those guys that help them out in the hospital. Interesting. So, did you hear about this guy, Joe Quinn from Akron? He decided he wanted to take on, it's called Me versus Nuggets. He decided he was going to eat the number of nuggets that corresponds with the points that the Denver Nuggets scored against the Cavs. Unfortunately, the first game, the Nuggets scored 126 points. He ate 115, though, and said that was all he could do. Last night, he did it again.
Is this all one sitting?
Yes.
Oh.
So last night he won. He beat the Nuggets. The Nuggets had 108 points. He ate 111 nugs.
Totaling to 229 now. Did you know you now, well, you can do just about anything these days, right, as a gift or something. You could send your name to the sun.
What?
A solar probe, I guess, is doing just this. It's flying about 4 million miles from the sun. But I guess this is some type of thing that this applied physics laboratory wants to do, kind of as a, you know, get you excited about the projects.
And your name goes up there. Interesting.
Blasted onto the sun, which will be immediately melted away.
Be a good line on the resume. You know what I'm saying?
All right, line on the resume. Dan Carroll, you are on a very serious situation this morning right now.
Yeah, you are looking live at the backup on southbound 75 right at Union Center Boulevard. An accident there has this part of I-75 an absolute mess. We've got more coming up on Good Morning Tri-State.
Hi, I'm Mac McCall.